Good morning, my name is Yutong and thank you for your seeing me. Your question is, how should young people get ready for the workplace of the future? I want to answer that, but I also want to change some a little. Most answer told young people what to do, but almost nobody asks why they work. So my talk asks one thing: when work changes, who carries the risk? To answer that, I built a simple method. I read all three tests with the same three questions. Who does the test say is responsible? Who pays when the things go wrong? And who is only talked about? Never asked. I call this is a risk transfer audit. Risk transfer meaning the cost moves down to the person, and then we give it a nicer name. Audit 1 is OECD the state. Let me start with the OECD report. The big trends are not only technology. Again, migration and climate are there too. The report's name is the government. The government must balance a flexible labor market with stability for weak workers, and it asks ministries, employers, and unions to work together. But here is my problem. On the same page, the report saying high debate limits what the government can do. It names a payer. Then the saying payer is short of money. Now the second test on Singapore universities. Here human capital is the country's main resource. Universities publish a long list of graduate attributes, but most never see how those are checked. So the duty comes back to the students. Students must turn their own university years into proof of the employers. And when it's false, the students hold it. More than 9% hold no job 6 months after finishing. So this is important problems. My criticalism: the study compares websites with employers' websites that never define what a skill is. The third test takes us inside the market. Firms are under pressure, so they field flexible workers, and we get gigs and platform work. The book calls those non-standard conditions a serious concern. It also shows technology is skills-based. Some skills get a bonus, others becomes useless. Then it's named policy and regulation as the answer. Meanwhile, about 60% of the world workers are informal, with few rights. My criticalism feels representation is listed as a principle, but work voice is never studied. Now put the three audits side by side, and a pattern appears. The OECD point as a state. Then admit money is tight. The Singapore study point as universities, and the duty slides back to the student. Maintain same point at regulators, but never test the work voice. So by the simple elimination, one person is left holding the risk, and that is the individual, and we do not need mass job loss of their heart. Bargaining positions changes anyway. So what it follows? I think we have two levels, not one. The level one is personal, board transferable skills plus people skills. Level B is qualitative, fair representation inside decent work. Level A only moves you up the queue. Does not change to queue that because conditions shift no matter how skilled you are. Teaching only level A traits change are fixed, and that is technological determinism. One failed objection: a graduate cannot write laws. True, so start with your own contract. So here is my practical answer. In 3 months, one builds a brace, thinking skills plus communication and teamwork. 2. Check the employers, not just the job, because management practice decides whether your skills are used or wasted. 3. Read your own contract, your protection, and your representation. Together they work. The first law is my exposure, the second finds the risk, and the third name who carried it. And if I might, one question back to you. Who finds the returning here? Finally, how I used the AI, and which I did not give me. I used DeepSeek 6 and the record is linked. In the first answer, every single dip was aimed at me, the person. Then I found something in a draft. Its first runs universities must. It's the final version. That's become graduates must. Then duty moves from the institution to the individual during eating. It could name a pair. Not only after I said pick one, later I agreed its framing was a political choice. I would not give a page number, so I checked every page myself. The audit and the 2 levels are mine. These are my results. So, and the AI record is the first one with the link. So finally, thank you for your time, and I'm happy to take your questions. That's all. Thank you. Thank you for your watching.